It's Passover week, Saturday. It's Passover Sabbath in Jerusalem. The city is still teeming with residents and pilgrims, but everything is quiet. It's Sabbath. No work, no buying or selling, no movement. It's Sabbath. But there is whispering, there is discussion, and there is deep searching of hearts. Thousands upon thousands are trying to make sense of yesterday, the darkness, the earthquake, and the death of that man that everyone knew as Jesus. Now, smoke from 1,000 campfires are still lit and consuming the remains of the Passover lambs that had been sacrificed and consumed the night before. Caiaphas and the religious leaders are planning on how they can orchestrate a return to normality after finally ridding the earth of that man, Jesus. Priests in the temple are carrying out hasty repairs to the huge veil that mysteriously was torn in two, and that has to be done before the Sabbath worship services begin. In the barracks, the quarterino, the executioner soldiers, are fumbling, examining the proceeds of their gambling before tossing them all to one side. In his palace, Pilate is mulling over yesterday in his mind and the interrogation of that man Jesus, who was clearly innocent. And yet Pilate convicted him due to the pressures that were being brought to bear. No doubt Pilate's wife is reminding him that he shouldn't have had anything to do with that man Jesus. In his private quarters, the centurion is reflecting upon Jesus, who died in the most barbaric and yet noble way. Surely he must have been the Son of God. Keeps going round and round and round in his mind, for no man dies like the way that Jesus died. Barabbas, well, he still can't take it in. He was guilty, but someone else died in his place. Someone dying in the place of someone else, the innocent for the guilty. Well, that's unheard of. That doesn't happen. The scene of Golgotha has now been cleared of the dead, and the nails and the crossbeams put back in the stores, awaiting their next clients. But somewhere, a blood-stained crown of thorns bears testament to a king who wore it. Somewhere there is a sign inscribed, "The King of the Jews," that bears witness to the royalty that died below it. But one thing is for certain: there is blood on the ground, clearly heralding the spot where this king died. That same spot where Abraham said 2,000 years before this moment, God himself will provide a ram for the sacrifice. In a garden nearby, a detachment of soldiers guard a rich man's tomb, though a crucified man occupies it. But in relation to the followers of Jesus, they are nowhere to be found. Grieving women are preparing spices to anoint his body once the Sabbath has ended. His followers, those who spent 3 years with him, are hidden behind locked doors, distraught, despondent, disorientated and dejected, each harbouring a myriad of questions and regrets about yesterday. All the things that Jesus said and did, the miracles, the teaching, those years living with him, now just adds to their confusion. Why did this happen? And personally, why did I abandon him? All over Jerusalem, indeed all over Israel, tens of thousands have been touched by the life of Jesus. Those he healed still remembered the moment when eyes were opened, when legs started to dance, when ears were unstopped, and when demons fled. Those who heard him reflected on his words and authority, for no man spoke like Jesus. But all over this Sabbath stillness, within the walls of Jerusalem, there is a deep, deep reflection, all the way from Pilate to Peter. What do I make of this man? And the question still rings today. What do I make of this man Jesus? For no one spoke like him.